Hey everyone, so I've had this specific blue iPhone 12 Pro Max sitting on my desk for a while now. It's 2026, and with the iPhone 17 Pro finally out and everyone talking about the massive jumps in tech, I've been getting so many questions about this specific model. Is it still a Pro device? Should you buy one used? Or if you're still rocking one, is this finally the year to let go? I want to just talk about it friend to friend, no hype, just real world use. Today we're looking at the iPhone 12 Pro in 2026. I'm using my 12 Pro Max as the test bed, but like I always say, almost everything here applies to the smaller 12 Pro too. The main differences are just the physical footprint and that slight telephoto gap. 2x on the Pro versus 2.5x on my Max. We're gonna cover how this thing handles the brand new liquid glass design of iOS 26, the performance numbers, and why I honestly think the clock is finally ticking on this design. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, we have to remember why this phone was such a big deal. Back in 2020, this was the reset. It brought back the flat edges, introduced the A14 Bionic, the first 5nm chip, and was the first Pro with 6GB of RAM. It felt like a tank. It was over-engineered for its time, and that's the only reason we're even having this conversation 6 years later. But as much as I love the history, let's talk about the physical reality of holding this thing today. Holding this! Man, the surgical grade stainless steel still feels incredible. It has a heft that even the newer phones sometimes lack. But if you look at the new iPhone 17 Pro, Apple actually went back to a brushed aluminum unibody. It sounds like a downgrade, right? But in the hand, the newer Pro is so much better balanced. My 12 Pro Max feels like a dense brick in comparison. Plus, that new camera plateau on the 17 Pro spans the whole back, whereas this 12 Pro still has that classic corner bump. And that leads me directly into the thing you're going to be staring at every single day, the display. This is where the 12 Pro starts to show its age. It's a 60Hz panel. In 2026, when even the base models have ProMotion, 60Hz feels, well, it feels like it's lagging even when it isn't. The 17 Pro hits 3000 nits of peak brightness outdoors. My 12 Pro Max, it's around 800 to 1200 nits. If you're at a park on a sunny day, the 12 Pro screen it struggles. You're constantly squinting. But here's the thing, a pretty screen doesn't mean much if the engine under the hood is struggling to keep up with modern software. I ran the numbers for you guys. On Geekbench 6, this A14 is getting a 2180 single core and 5242 multi-core. For the GPU, the Metal score is 16682. For day-to-day stuff, it's okay. Apps open reasonably fast. But with iOS 26, Apple introduced all these liquid glass animations, transparency, real-time refraction, all that. It looks beautiful, but it's heavy. On the 12 Pro, those animations can sometimes feel a bit jelly-like or sluggish. Compare that to the 17 Pro with the A19 Pro chip and 12GB of RAM. That's double the RAM of this phone. On the 17 Pro, you can have a lot of apps open and none of them reload. On this, you'll see the Reddit app or Safari refresh constantly if you're multitasking heavily. Now, all that processing power brings us to the biggest headache for any older phone, the battery. Full disclosure, I replaced the battery on this Max in early 2025. It went back to 100% then, and now about a year later, it's at 94% health. It's fresh, but it still doesn't last like a 17 Pro. The 17 Pro has a much larger, around 4000 mAh battery and a vapor chamber cooling system. My 12 Pro Max uses traditional graphite sheets for cooling, so when I'm gaming or even just using GPS on a hot day, this phone gets warm, and when it gets warm, the screen dims to protect itself. The 17 Pro stays significantly cooler because that vapor chamber moves heat 10 times more effectively. Speaking of being out and about, if you're using your phone all day, you're probably taking pictures, and this is where the gap becomes a canyon. The 12 Pro has three 12-megapixel sensors. In 2020, they were world class. In 2026, they're just fine. The 17 Pro has a triple 48-megapixel fusion system. It's not just about the megapixels. It's the sensor size. The 17 Pro can do an optical quality 8x zoom by cropping into that 48 megapixel sensor. My 12 Pro Max is stuck at a 2.5 by optical zoom. If you want to take a photo of something across the street, the 12 Pro starts looking like a watercolor painting while the 17 Pro stays sharp. But the hardware is only half the story. The way this phone lives in your pocket depends on the software and the new AI features everyone is talking about. The elephant in the room is Apple Intelligence. The iPhone 12 Pro just doesn't support it. you need an A17 Pro or newer and at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. Honestly, for me, it's not a deal breaker yet. Apple Intelligence is still in its early beta-ish stages. I usually just use Gemini or ChatGPT. They're more powerful for the complex stuff anyway. But you do miss out on the system level things like notification summaries. What I do appreciate is how iOS 26 looks here. The liquid glass design makes even this old phone feel modern, even if it does make the processor work a bit harder. So it sounds like a mixed bag, right? Let's get real about the actual downsides. This is likely one of the last years of major support. I really believe iOS 27 will be the end of the road for the 12 series. You're also stuck with the Lightning port while the rest of the world has moved to USB-C. And again, that 60Hz screen, once you see 120Hz on newer model, it's really hard to come back to this. So at the end of the day, where does that leave us? If you're looking to buy a used iPhone 12 Pro in 2026, I wouldn't recommend it. It's just too old now. The hardware is tired and the software is leaving it behind. But if you're currently using a 12 Pro or 12 Pro Max, honestly, you've done great. You've had this phone for 5 or 6 years. That's incredible value. But if you're feeling the heat, literally, or your battery is dying by noon, it is finally a great time to upgrade. Jump to the iPhone 17 Pro. The performance leap with the A19 Pro, the 12 gigabytes of RAM, that vapor chamber cooling, and the triple 48 gigabytes cameras, it's not an iterative update, it's a generational shift. The 12 Pro Max in Pacific Blue will always be one of my favorite designs ever. It's a classic, but in 2026, the tech has finally caught up. Anyway, that's just my take. Are you still using a 12 Pro? Are you waiting for the 18? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing your stories. If this helped you make a decision, a thumbs up would be amazing. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.